What's up, beautiful people? How's everybody doing out there? Man, what a week. What a week, man. A lot of fun. This team's bracket is a lot of fun. Love watching the banter and all that stuff, man. It's one of the funnest tournaments that we do of the year. And pretty exciting stuff last week, man. Really. I mean, it was a good week. This is kind of your captain's meeting. Want to go over each team is 100% fishing all weekend long. So it's not like last week where we had some teams fish Saturday and some teams fish Sunday. It's your best collective 5 best fish for the angler for the weekend. Now, do me a favor, guys. It took a long time to try to aggregate the leaderboards and plow through all your fish. Just do me a favor. Can you just, like, if you know that the fish is going to score, like if you catch a 19 or 20, go ahead and post it. But save the 13s and 12s and all that stuff until maybe Sunday. Just basically, we want to get your aggregate best 5. That way I don't have to go through 100 different fish and try to, delete all those fish out. And so it also would help us with the judging. So if you can do this weekend, if you know that you think that fish is going to score as your best 5, go ahead and post it. Hang on to those 15s, those 16s, and below. Just hang on to them. If you need them, then go ahead and post it later. But it just helps us out. And also, it's going to take a lot less time to kind of, go through the leaderboards. And then also, we won't be making mistakes or anything like that. I had to go through that leaderboard like 5 different times last Sunday to make sure every fish was counted correctly. So, and then we had some duplicates and then duplicates and stuff like that, man. So if you can do that for us, that would be wonderful. That would be so helpful to do that. So I really, really appreciate that. So let's go over the bracket, shall we? And take a look and see who is fishing this weekend. Man, some awesome matchups, man. I'm super excited to see these matchups this weekend. We have the one and only Ryan Sarko is going to be broadcasting for us Saturday, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see. These guys do well, man. I can't wait to hear him in the broadcast, and let's see what happens here. So here is the bracket. Black Flag is taking on Rock Stars, man. Black Flag went through this little gauntlet against Calling Your Mom and the Flukes. They are standing tall and survived. I mean, it's surviving in advance. So they are taking on the Rock Stars, which is Black Flag is Stephen O'Brien and Jim Johnston taking on the one and only Doug Wilson and Sherman Bishop. So, but I'll say this, man. I don't know where Sherman and Doug are going to be fishing. Possibly Tenor Rock. I can tell you from experience, Tenor Rock is not a guarantee. Tenor Rock is a very tricky, very stingy place sometimes. But they have all weekend to get it right. And, they may or may not go to Tenor Rock, but who knows? But anyway, it's going to be fun to watch and see. Do not discount Black Flag, though, man. I tell you, man, the Northeast, showing out with some fish, man. Showing out, no doubt. So we are going to see if these guys can put together a good bag to make it good, make it close, and maybe ruffle little feathers on the Rock Stars. So that's going to be fun to see. Gods of Rods. That is Ryan Lignelli and Dustin Arms. Two good friends. They have fished together for many, many years here at the NVKBA. Ryan is more of a river fisherman, and Dustin, he can fish anywhere. So Dustin's just got to find good water to help his teammate out there. Ryan likes the smallmouth fish, man, and he's very good at it. So he could be putting up some tanks and taking on Lawrence Bellinger and Matt Elliott, both from Virginia. And again, I mean, Lawrence Bellinger, if you don't know who this guy is, you better get to know, man, because he's starting to make some waves in KBBT, doing well. And man, this is going to be a good matchup. See what happens. And if I was to pin head-to-head, I would definitely pin Ryan Lignelli versus Lawrence Bellinger. I think the winner of those two, helps their team. So it's going to be interesting to see that kind of head-to-head matchup go against each other and who can put the bigger fish on the board to help their team. So a lot of fun. And then the HC Danglers. I think the HC Danglers by far are the favorites in this bracket, 100%. Those guys are absolutely tearing it up. I think, my gosh, I mean, you put over 200 inches every single day they've been out is just ridiculous. They are going against the professional hookers, and that is Rich Biggie. And I'm trying to remember his teammate, but the HC Danglers. It's going to be very tough, very, very tough. I think it's Justin Gallo, if I'm not mistaken. Justin Gallo. So anyway, that is going to be it's going to be tough. Professional hookers out in New York. So it's going to be very, very difficult to overcome that. But again, Texas is Texas. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. We've seen Justin Holly, not do so well in some events of KBPT. So, Caleb, is a hammer, and there's no doubt about it. He's very consistent in KBPT, but it's the best 5 fish per angler, not the team. So, these boys are going to show out again and see what happens. And then Team Crotalus, that is the famed Rob Richards, taking on with his partner, Bobby Morin. And I will tell you this little secret. Bobby Morin is on fish, y'all. He's on big fish. And if his bite holds up this weekend, it is going to be big, big trouble for the A-team. But you know what? A-team has heard this crap over and over and over again. That is Matthew Conant and Derek Brundle, the very famous A-team. And they have taken down monsters after monsters after monsters. And they're the defending KBBT team champions. And this is going to be so freaking fun to watch. And what's interesting about this matchup is all 4 of them are Team Crotalus, regardless what happens. Rob is obviously the rod builder for all 3 of these guys. That's Bobby, and Matt, and Derek. So it is going to be fun to watch that. So anyway, you know how, guys, look, last weekend Texas was on fire. That doesn't happen every weekend. I don't know what's going on down in Texas, though. I mean, it seems like that bite has not stopped. And that whole freeze that they had, I mean, these fish are just on fire down there. Man, if you're down in Texas, you're having a lot of fun. So the bite has been freaking incredible. So it's going to be fun. I do believe the ID just got released. The ID is JF7. That is the team's bracket ID for this weekend. JF7 should be in your email, and also it should be in your app. That is the one that you're going to be using for this weekend, all weekend long. It's not you're going to be using it both Saturday and Sunday. So, it's going to be fun to watch these things come through on the board. So, guys, do your normal thing, your safety checks. Make sure that you have your guys. Let me say this too. If you're wearing your PFD, make sure it's zipped up all the way. Okay. No unzipped PFDs and just hanging on by buckles. Okay. If your PFD is unzipped and it's caught on camera, or if it's caught in a picture, dude, that's a DQ. And that's not my rules. That's KBF rules. So you have to have a fully fastened PFD. So don't get caught out there without having it fully fastened. So I know it's hot. I know it could be, you can take off your PFD if you're changing clothes or taking, clothes on and off, but you cannot fish without a fully fastened PFD. So it's JF7. JF7 is the ID for sure. So anyway, the standard thing, we prefer catch boards. Please use catch boards if you can. We're not all about the floppy, flimsy plastic boards any longer. So please use your catch boards and do me a favor tonight, if you have a catch board, do us a favor. There's a thing called like soap and water and a sponge. Get your catch board, put some soap on it, scrub it down a little bit, and give it a little love. Let those white lines show again. Because, man, some of y'all have the dirtiest, nastiest freaking catch boards I've ever seen. I mean, you can't tell anything. I mean, when you got your catch board, they had white lines. Now, you literally have to take a toothpick and scrub out all the gunk to see any lines. And it's hard from a judging standpoint. So clean your catch board. It's wonderful. It would be amazed what happens. You'll do the judges a favor and be able to help us out, man. So scrub her down. All right. Do us a favor and help us out with that. Okay. Other than that, guys, it's your standard thing, man. If you need anything, give us a call. Everything should be uploaded into the Fishing Chaos app. And while we're talking about Fishing Chaos app, let's go ahead and look at the leaderboard, shall we? Let's see how this thing is going to shake out. And it should look like this. There we go. This is your leaderboard. This is what you're going to be seeing this weekend. Black Flag versus Rockstars, Gods of Rods versus Bama Shake, HC Danglers and Professional Hookers, and Team Crotalus versus A Team. So that's how it's going to shake out, y'all. And that is the teams bracket leaderboard. Thank you, Fishing Chaos, for helping us out with that. If you have any issues or whatever, just let us know, man. We are going to help you out the best we can. I'm available. So, yeah, that's it, y'all. And hopefully we'll have a little fun with this, man. So, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to post a little invite. If y'all want to come on, talk about your little matchup going on this weekend. Right there in the chat is the link to come on. If you guys want to talk about your matchup, come on the air. We'd like to talk to you. Let's hear about it. What your plan is. Are you on them? How confident are you? Is your team going to win this thing? Man, you guys are halfway, almost this week we're going to be halfway done with the bracket, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So to see who's going to be this champion, I'm going HC Danglers. I think that they are going to hold up, man. The Texas Bite is just on freaking fire, but I think Team Crotalus has something to say about that too. So that's going to be interesting to see who comes out of that matchup. I think A Team actually goes down this weekend, man. I hate to say it, but I love Derek and Matt, but man, I just don't know, man. If Rob Richards has 105 inches again this weekend, it's over. It's over. It's over. Look who we have here. We're going to talk to Mr. Bobby Morin. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, everybody?
Your internet is a little off.
All right, let me step outside real quick.
Yep. And
I'm over here having getting ready to have dinner with my son and his girlfriend.
Oh, gotcha, man. Talk to us, man.
I'll tell you, I got on a pattern today, and I had my first 7 fish in the boat within the first 30 minutes of getting there. And I went back and checked it again, I guess probably about 12 o'clock or so, and the same pattern's still going. So I think I ended up with 96 inches today.
Woo, solid.
Yeah.
You didn't blow your fish out, did you?
No. That was a big area that I was in, but the same pattern held up in the entire area. So,
yeah. Well, very good, man. I mean, look, man, Rob, you had to be very impressed with what Rob did, man. Last weekend, putting up 105 inches. That is strong.
That is very strong. Him and Jason Denise, between the two of them.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me get Mr. Blackbeard on himself. Black Flag, sir. What's up, buddy?
What's up, fellas? Happy
What's
Friday.
going on, man?
Just cleaning my identifier tag, but I'm not going to clean my catchboard, bud. Bad luck. I'm not doing that the night before a tournament. I hope my opposition
that's
does.
actually
I hope they fell for it.
That's actually pretty fair. I would say that cleaning your catchboard before a tournament is a little bit shaky. I get it, man.
But I'll tell you what I did do today, though, Greg. I took that scale out of my boat before I left the boat ramp today.
That's exactly what the key was. And there's no doubt about it. Hey, by the way, Todd made a good point. We only have 3 spots remaining in the North bracket, guys. That's it. So 3 spots remaining in that North bracket. It gets signed up, man. There's only 3 left. Get signed up for that. That starts August 21st. And so after that, we'll kind of announce when the other bracket will start. So, yep.
The King of the North.
King in the North, man. All right, man, dude. So we didn't get to talk to you about your victory last week, man, on air, man. But talk about your experience, man, the team's bracket, and then what it feel like to take the victory on 2 days in a row, man.
It was satisfying to pull it off, no doubt. It's my first event with the KBBT. I've been watching you guys for like 2 years now, so
yeah, man.
It's a good start, man. I just signed up for that North bracket as well, but The team aspect is cool, man. Like you guys are saying, both guys got to pull their own weight.
Yep.
And
Nope, we lost him.
Oh, you're on mute. You muted yourself, I think. He muted himself. Yep, he's coming back. Well, Bobby, talk about your experience, man. Last year, you guys were in the championship. I think you won it, right? No, you were in the championship.
We were in the same matchup that we're having this weekend. It was me and Danny Gann in this matchup last year against the A team. So it's a little revenge time this year. Shoot, I was out there today. It was 106 degrees on the water. Water temperature was 94 degrees. So disgusting. I played it smart. I brought my beach umbrella with me. I had that beach umbrella poked up.
I saw that, man. I saw that.
And I'll tell you, just getting the sun from beating off of you worked. I didn't overheat today.
Yeah. Well, Steven, go back to what you were saying, man. I mean, in terms of, the team aspect, man, everybody's got to pull their own weight. It's different, man, when that happens, because usually, it's an aggregate best 10 for your team. But when you got to pull your own weight and you got to go 5, man, there's a little bit more pressure on you by doing it.
Definitely. I didn't want to be the guy to let my team down. But practice leading up to it, I was on them. And I was confident in my spots, and they paid off. And,
yeah, man, it seems like the Northeast has done, exceptionally well.
Look at who you got in the Northeast, man. That's one thing, but it's not an easy place to fish. You got to be versatile, and I think that helps out in all phases of the year, all the seasons and everything. So I think,
yeah.
The guys up here know how to stay on them no matter what. I saw Brundle and Conan doing the one lure tournament you guys did in January?
Mm-hmm.
They probably found the only lake that didn't have ice and tossed the jerk bait. Did they win that one too?
I think they did.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting, their talent. We've got another man, Mr. Rob Riches, Team Crotalus, man.
Partner.
Rob, man,
hey,
dude.
Bobby.
Talk about last weekend, man. That was a epic Saturday. It was a day of a lifetime, man.
Yeah, the problem with it, though, is the word's out. And me and HC, we're going to be sharing the water with a lot of boats.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We're going to be swamped.
Right.
But
is that going to make you change waters? Is that going to make you change waters a little bit?
no.
Or are you going to?
No. I don't know what these other guys have in some of these kayaks, but hey, I got spot lock. I ain't afraid to say it. I'm going to lock on my waypoints. I've got 7 or 8 waypoints. I'm just going to lock on them and fish like I know these fish. These fish do this every summer. It's just for some reason I've never seen this many 18 to 22 inch fish in these pods. In these schools. I guess birds of a feather is a real thing because they're all the same size.
But like you said, you've never seen it happen like this, man. Tell me what's going on down in Texas, man. No one can explain it. They're blaming the freeze, but the freeze was done a couple months ago. It's summertime now. Okay. Is it a true post-spawn? Is it because they're 2 months behind and it's they're thinking it's basically June, it should be May rather than July. What's the deal, man?
I don't know. I know in the past 3 years we haven't had a serious winter, so where they actually went into a no kidding winter pattern, that might have something to do with it,
Yeah.
Because it's been warm every fall, and winter here I've been here almost 10 years now. So I'd say the last 6 years it hasn't got cold.
Right.
And that might have something to do with it. But I don't know.
Do you think during that freeze where literally the lakes were frozen over, do you think that these fish just literally haven't eaten in months?
That's possible, but I can't explain it for the power plant lakes, because their water doesn't really ever get below 60. So I don't know what's up with those, but I know there was one hell of a tilapia die off in the lakes that aren't a power plant. I'd never seen so many tilapia dead.
Right.
Maybe that was one of their winter, food sources. And when they all died off, maybe they're concentrating on shad now. And like I said, I don't know. But you're right. I mean, it's all I know is that that flat on the lake we're all at, every person on that flat is catching fish right now.
See, you guys are fishing like the Florida strain, very sensitive to weather. Steve and them are fishing bass that can, or are used to all 4 seasons. And Steve, do you think that makes it? Do you think that makes it easier and more predictable for fishing than fishing Florida strain?
With having seasons,
Yeah.
I'd say the opposite.
Oh, really? You think
I think it makes
it's harder?
it tough. Yeah, I think it makes. I don't know. Ask someone better than me, but I think it makes.
Well, I mean, the reason being is because
more difficult, man.
Well, it's like the reason why I say
Unless
that is because Bobby would understand, and so it's Rob. The Florida strain bass are so sensitive to weather; they completely shut down. Like you could throw everything on top of their head, and they just will not eat. You know what I mean? Whereas the northern strain, they've got a cycle. They've got this pattern, and usually the patterns are a little bit more predictable than Florida strain. If the wind doesn't blow at a certain from a certain direction and the temperature drops 2 degrees, it shuts down the bass. It's crazy, right, Bobby?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So more sensitive. Could be.
That east wind here in Florida, boy, it's horrible on fish. But we had a west wind just about all day today, and like I said, even with the water temperature at almost 95 degrees, the fishing was on fire today.
Yeah. I don't know, man. All I know is Texas has been on fire. It's been, I mean, record pace. So again, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be very, very difficult to see what happens. I've got HC danglers coming out all because of I've seen what's happening. Rob, you're just one man on that lake. You know what I mean? That lake's so much on fire. You're only one man, but Bobby's got to help you carry, man. And we're going to see what happens, man.
Oh, I'm ready.
Heavyweight slugfest coming up.
Oh, no doubt.
That's
no
awesome.
Doubt.
Good luck.
So, do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be both teams over 200?
I think it's a very good possibility all 4 teams are going to be over 200. On our side, both teams, I believe, is going to be over 200.
You think professional yackers are going to get over 200 in New York?
No. I said on ours, all 4 of us. Between the 4 of us on the 2 teams, we're going to be over 200.
A team, and
okay.
Team Crowless will be.
Okay, yeah, that's 2 teams. But yeah, I got you. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Blackbird, what number are you guys shooting at?
For their matchup or mine?
No, for your matchup. Like
I'm
what number?
I'm figuring. I'm going to be nice because my hot Zumba instructor told me not to smack talk these guys. But what's up, Conrad? I know they're going to get 200, so we got to go for that, man. Right? So we're going all out. I think Rob was mentioning there's both of my spots. I only went to one of the lakes last week, and I found out there's a kayak tournament going on there tomorrow, so I signed up for that as well. But
right,
I'm still going, and my other spot there's a bass boat tournament, so I did a little extensive research this week just to find a couple, because in case they both get blown up Saturday, I got some fallbacks for Sunday, but I know that I got to pull my weight, hit 100. That's the goal.
Well, there's your teammate Jim. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, good evening, everyone. How y'all doing today?
How's it going, man?
There's my teammate right there. Doing well. Thank you. I know Black Flag. I had to jump on because I didn't want to be by myself and go solo here.
Jim, are you going to go back to the fame spot tomorrow?
You know what? I think I got a good plan, and that is to go back to that spot. It's treated me pretty well in the past, with the exception of Sunday.
Yeah.
But I got to say, over the time that I've fished that area, I've had a really good time. I've got a lot of big fish. Let's see if I can try to hold out for tomorrow. It's just a matter of trying to do something a little bit different than what I've been doing, and that is going back to what I knew originally. I grew up on the river, fishing some of those back ponds in Iowa. They just didn't get as big as they do here in Virginia, and they can be really temperamental. And I think, especially with Steve up in the Northeast where he's at, just a little bit of change in the weather, they can shut them down. So hopefully we can have a little bit of consistency with this week in the weather, what it's been like so far. So fingers crossed.
Well, I mean, we were just talking about Florida strain bass, man. As you know, I mean, where you fish is a Florida strain, and you know how
Absolutely.
temperamental those things can get, man. I mean, now we're not in Florida, we're not in Texas. We do have those 4 seasons here, man, and like they could be on fire, or man, they could just shut the heck down. You have no idea why. It's just insane. They're impossible to solve here.
It is like that. The
I
tiger
got to
strain
jump off.
bass.
They told me it's dinner time.
All right, buddy. We'll see you,
Have a
Bobby.
wonderful night.
Good luck
Have a
tomorrow,
wonderful night.
Bobby.
We'll see y'all in the morning. Good luck.
All right,
Be
Yes,
safe.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so the tiger bass program that they started in Virginia, they specifically introduced the Florida strain in with the Virginia strain, so that way they could try to at least have consistency and a good growth rate throughout the wintertime. So, when they're looking at the scales on the bass, it's just like a tree ring. They condense whenever they have that stoppage, and then of course they start to expand out when they're growing. And they saw a lot of that happening. So hopefully they can have a good sustainability when it comes to those larger numbers as we move on in the next few years. So I know that they definitely get very temperamental down in Florida. I know there's a lot of storms going on down there right now. Knock on wood, that helps us out. But at the same time, good luck to everyone in the competition.
Yeah, man. I mean, so what I have tomorrow, if you don't get a solid 5, are you going to make the call, try to move waters, or are you just going to
Absolutely. It will not make the
Yeah,
same
you can.
mistake.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing twice, expecting a different outcome, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And just like we're talking about, so we have a couple reservoirs near us. I don't think I'll go as far up as Fountainhead, but in close proximity to where I was, to include where you and I talked before, in the local area that I think that you were actually on recently too. So
well, I know where I know where at least 120-inch bass is.
And the good thing is that you can see a lot of repetition when you go back to these spots, and you've caught these big ones before. I've done it at least 2 or 3 times, and so conventional wisdom would tell you that 4 and 5 pounders and even above. God bless anyone who can catch those consistently. They're territorial. You go back to those same spots, and that's where you're going to catch those big bass right there.
For sure.
You just got to find, give it to them enough times to where they are going to hit on it. And that's actually one of the good game plans to stick with.
Well, Jim, can we make the announcement right now? Jim is actually going to help us out with some broadcasting here at KBBT, man. So we're excited to have Jim on board, man.
It's going
to be great.
It's going to be part of the team, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. He's got that radio voice that carries, and he's 6'8", man. So if you don't like it, he'll beat the shit out of you.
I'll give you a high five really hard. How about that?
Let's try to reach it, right? But Jim's going to help us out, man. I'm excited about that, man. Welcome aboard, man. We'd love to have you on, man. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. He helps out here with the NVKBA, man. It's something I've been fishing with over 5 or 6 years, and Mike Ortega does a wonderful job, man, and very experienced in what it means to run a kayak fishing league, man. So it's fun.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Mike he's a troop. He is. I've known Mike now since I've joined NVKBA over the last year and a half. And I tell you, we clicked right away. Super great guy, ton of integrity. He's one of the guys you definitely look up to whenever you want to go out and go fishing. You never question anything about him.
Correct.
And the good thing is that not only is he deeply rooted when it comes to being an angler, but also with with the Esprit de Corps, military as well. So veterans alike. One of the things that we always try to promote is making sure that we have solidarity amongst all the anglers and doing the right thing. And so God bless him and God bless, for you as well for having to endure what you have to. Sometimes you have those select few that may kind of pull away from the crowd, which we don't want. I'm sorry to see, wouldn't want to be. Have a nice day, but let's bring those in that really want to fish, that want to promote back to the conservation of the black bass species. So for sure.
That's beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. Rob.
I sometimes have to tell him to use smaller words when he talks to me. But he's my teammate. He didn't even tell me about it. I was thinking it before, and I was thinking here.
Oh no, it's going to happen. Me and Jim talked, and we're going to let this guy just go, man. I love it, man. I
appreciate it, man. I wasn't trying to keep it hidden.
No, it's fine, man. It's all good. Rob, what's your expectations tomorrow, man? You going to go over 100?
I think I got a really good shot. I'm probably going to do the same thing I did last time, unless I see a lot of kayaks, and I'm just going to go out and sit on my spot until they turn on. But if there's not a lot of kayaks to start, I'm going to go hit this windy point. Like I said, I had 92 inches in an hour and a half. I'll go hit it again.
Sick.
And then, well, they're there this time of year with the south wind. They're just there, and the bait gets up there, and it just churns the water up. spinnerbait or lipless, and you can just, catch them. And I think I should have between, I don't know, 92 and 96. It just depends on the crowds, and if I try to get crowded out, if I got to fire crankbaits at bass boats and like last time, and
well, what's great about, I mean, I love the fact that you're back on the water. You've had just an awful experience in Florida. It shook you up a little bit, man, but you're back out there like a trooper, man, literally going out there and having bang up day and bang up weekend, man. It's so cool, man. It just gets your confidence back up, man. It's really cool. Really, really
definitely
cool.
crushed it. So can I ask real quick, what do you think the contributing factor is for all the success out there with those large bass down there? Is it because of the weather in winter? Because I know there were quite a few state records that were broken down in Texas this year alone. And they were broken in a very small time frame as well. So does it mean that it's pushed, everything to the right when it comes to the calendar year for the bass, as far as, just like you were saying before with the spawn, post spawn, now moving into the summertime? Are they off? I didn't hear anything because I cut out before and I had to log back in.
Yeah, Greg and I were talking, and we haven't had a winter in 3 or 4 years, a real winter. And it might have got them more in a, like I said, I'm looking for the perfect word for it, but maybe their biorhythm, for lack of better words, is
it's a great word for it.
Back to where it needs to be. But maybe things died off like they're supposed to. Maybe they go into, they actually went into their hibernation mode. I know I used to fish the Occoquan. Greg and I have talked about it. I'd fish it in the wintertime and I'd catch perch and bass and silver buddy with 40-degree water. But I've never caught fish in Texas like that because the water's never got that cold.
This year, were you catching fish like this since the turn of the year, since the middle of winter? Has it been consistent like this, or is it just after the water started to heat up from that cold chill, that cold snap?
My friends of mine have been catching them. Greg will tell you, I went to Florida and then I started a new company, so I haven't had a chance to get out on the water a lot. But I did get out in the national championship bracket, and I did have 91.5 against Louvier.
Put up a great fight, man.
Yeah, but he's only catching 80-something inches. Yeah, right, 102, whatever he had. But I think I'll get out as time goes on. It's just I'm trying to balance between 2 jobs, and one starting a company, and then I got another part-time job. So I'm just trying to focus on that. But if I can get out more, I will. It's just a struggle right now for me. But I know like you were saying, Conroe had like a 15-pounder, and there's a 15-pounder on fork, and it was crazy.
That's a big bass. It's a big bass.
Yeah, I mean, the records that are breaking in Texas and the amount of fish being caught is just. OH Ivy and fork and list goes on and on. It's just ridiculous, man.
It's funny because you see these things happening now down in the South, and if you even get anything over 20, 21 inches up here, where we're at in Virginia, it's like they do what I call a bass death roll. They will literally dive down under the yak and break that, snap that line, especially if you're doing finesse, and you really don't stand a chance at it. So you got to change your game up. You got to be very versatile. I think for the most part, especially with Black Flag, when we head out this weekend, man, we really got to bring the A game. And let me tell you, it's good, stiff competition, but I love it. It brings out the best.
Well, I mean, what's great about what's different about this, guys, is you have to go big bass hunting. You just can't go catch a limit, man. You've got to go and change your whole technique up. This is not a live tournament. You're not going after you're not just fishing for 6 hours in a live tournament and just trying to get your 5. And then, you've got to be able to put solid fish up, man. I mean, what you got in front of you, and you're facing Florida. That they're having big bass, and an 18 minimum. It's not going to cut it, man. No. You got to go after those 20s, man.
No,
Hey,
you got to break the hundo club. You got to go hundo.
Yeah. I did have 21 pounds in Virginia in the Federation tournament.
Say that again, Rob.
What was that?
I said I did have 21 pounds in a Federation tournament on the Potomac this time of year.
Oh, they're there.
Yeah.
Potomac will surprise you. It really will. If you, especially when you're hitting the tidal basin and you hit back up into Occoquan and you hit into Chapawamsick and Chapawamsick Creek and some of these other areas, if you're out there and you just by chance happen to be snakehead fishing, or if you're actually going after the big ones and the sweet spots, 9 times out of 10, if you're catching that golden hour for tide going out or coming back in, you're going to be on them. You can go back to those areas, like we were saying.
Listen,
before.
was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, yeah. 2 years ago in the NVKBA tournament, they had a May tournament. It was a May month long. And in 5 casts, I caught 3 in a row. It was like I made 5 casts. I caught 3 20s in a row, 320 different fish in a row in this one spot, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then went to another point. Yeah, went to another point, caught another 21, and then caught a 19. It was insane, all in one day. It was nuts. But, I mean, it's just that special day.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. It was obviously it was a low tide coming out and all that stuff. You know, it was the old perfect Potomac River situation, man. But it was just that incredible, spot that they were all hanging out. These big, huge bass were just congregated together, man. It was insane. They were fighting over the freaking bait.
I would take the cadence and rhythm of what the bass are hitting on any day of the week over anything else. As long as I have the cadence and rhythm on what they're hitting on, not a problem. I'll search all day long. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree.
Greg, I got to take off, but I wanted to say the first of the 2 Lindsay Bishop rods was delivered. I'm still working on the second one.
I saw that, man.
It's going to the sister.
Very
so
nice.
I want to thanks for letting me donate those rods to get a few more guys.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, I saw Matt Kasper got his rod, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate that, man. Thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah, but I'll be on the water bright and early tomorrow. So
we'll hang out with you tomorrow, man. Watch you do it.
Best of luck,
guys.
brother.
Good luck. Yeah, guys.
Good luck, brother.
Same to you, brother. Same to you.
Right.
You be safe out there.
All right, you guys too. See you.
Black flag.
Well, boys. Yeah, man. Now we have Black Flag here left over, man. As I said, guys, I'm interested to see what you guys do, man. It is a 5:30 bite, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that helps you guys out. I mean, more so than Florida. I think your bite is a lot stronger in the morning, first thing like that, than it is down south. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's supposed to be with the weather we have. If it's cloudy, partly cloudy, doesn't matter. We gotta hit the shadows, especially if it gets super, super hot. The temperature in the water last week was 94.
Yeah, we've had a cool streak though.
I know, and that's a good thing.
Guys on the horizon. So.
Yeah, it's been a little cooler. We haven't had any rain, so I mean, the local ponds and the reservoirs are definitely down, probably about 2 or 3 feet.
They were. Oh yeah, they were. In fact, they were last weekend.
Water's up here. It's just been raining.
Yeah.
All July, but it's not bad because we need the water. But tomorrow's supposed to be bluebird skies. I had hail earlier.
Really? I saw that video. Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, I was loading up the car. I'm like, all right, I'll take a break right now. But
the weather up there's still mad for Tom Brady leaving. You know that, right? Boy,
dude, I still can't. Like there's a few things that happen to you in your life, like parent passing away, something that you can never really get over. And like every time I think about that, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.
I hear you, man.
How do you let talk? I don't even want to get into this. All right, let's keep it out. I'm happy for him.
His Tampa Bay Buccaneers ring looks beautiful.
More happiness to me than hold on, my kids are asleep. He's brought more happiness to me in my life than maybe anything else. Love that guy.
Aside from that big 23, 24 you're going to catch tomorrow, right?
That's
catch fish, not feelings.
I need those guys. Like I had a good weekend last weekend, and I lost 5 monsters.
Yeah, you carried
over the course of those 2 days.
Yeah,
2 on the frog.
You carried the team.
2 on the frog, man, and they breached like a white shark. I was I hit it, and I was trying, So there's room for improvement. I got a few spots, so. But you're right. We're going up against those guys. I think everyone's chasing big fish, but I think start out, get the limit, and then just chase giants the rest of the weekend. That's
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Me and Jim have talked. We both got some secret weapons that we hope can pan out. We both been dialing in on them this week. And,
I want to see it, man. I really do.
We want to keep going, baby.
I want to see you guys. I want to see you guys, man. I'm seriously, man, scare these guys to death, man. Because I mean, Sherman's always good for a 23 or 2. You know what I mean? So you just gotta weather the storm, man.
You do, and being the underdog is one of the things. I mean, if you've had to face adversity in your life, especially which most of us all have, but when you're the underdog, if the best way to be able to go about it, of course, is just stay silent and let your success prove everything. A silent success is the best redemption, I think. So
absolutely, be that silent assassin, man. Well, Jim, welcome to your KBBT debut, my friend. I know you fished last weekend, but this is behind the camera for real. And
I appreciate
dude, we're
it.
excited to
That's
have you on board. Absolutely excited to have
That's
you on
awesome.
board, man. Welcome to
A
the
lot of
team.
good stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
So,
Hey, no, the honor's mine, and I'm really glad to be here. I really am. Thank you so much. Hey, and like I said, it's great to have an extended team as well from MVKBA, KBBT, and to actually fish. I tell you, I was really honored when I was talking to Will, because that's whose place I took. Was Will Brewer, the Hammer. And I was out with him just now having dinner. We were talking about everything, going over kind of the game plan. And if you, knowing Will like like I know you do, let me tell you, the man does not know how to catch. He doesn't not know how to catch fish. He will
right.
every time I slay him. And we were going over colors all the way to what's going on with ICAST now and some of the new releases and what we're seeing in the future. But ultimately, what was the game plan? Because we fish the same waters. And I was bouncing my ideas off him, and he was like, "Go with it, Don't change a thing." So we'll see. And I know my partner's already got it. He was out there today killing it, and we were talking on live as well. So
100%, man. Well, boys, good luck, man. We're gonna see you in the morning. See what happens.
Yeah, we can't wait. We're gonna go to rest. So
all right, guys.
have a great
Take
night.
care, y'all. Have a great night.
Thank you. Take care.
See you
Later.
guys.
Have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.